we all get smarter and smarter.
Yeah, I see the children of this generation, and you think, oh, they're gonna, you know, the computers and phones are numb them down, which I guess in some cases it can do, but the amount of information they take in every day,
it's so much more than we did.
So much more than, I mean, I was
and very simple movies, so simple to explain something that even I like. Oh, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, now I understand it.
Can event organizers and multimedia artists use live streaming on social media to craft extraordinary experiences for their followers? This is Rahul from Artist Life Hacks and V Patina. I speak to Job Roughton, an event organizer and artist based in Amsterdam, and Zwan Zinden, a multimedia artist who's part of the Sense Collective in Hackney, London, to find out.
The other thing that I've seen increasingly online is more kind of on the music than the visual side. People live streaming. So, you know, people just live streaming their, you know, especially DJs with physical records just at their turntables, just throwing it down.
That happens a lot. Huh?
That happens a lot. You just go on and, like, you know, there's places you can go at a particular time of day. You just get this live stream stuff. And also what I'm seeing is artists kind of more active on Instagram, right? And you've also got Instagram streaming as well, right? So there's kind of other opportunities as well to connect to people, right? And also the great thing about Instagram and Facebook is there's also opportunities to generate revenue, right? If you can get a good following there, then there's also an opportunity to find other ways to monetize that.
Yeah.
Is that something you're seeing in London, Zwan?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, loads of people just on the streets, even not even just in their homes. I've seen people live streaming from a bus stop. So yeah, I mean, it's accessible. It's all in your hand. So I think it's a great thing, to be honest. The younger people are more connected, making videos on TikTok.
Yeah, you know, they do, and that I like to. They do the little dances and the nice things.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but then it does come to a point where everyone's doing the same thing, and it just becomes a bit boring. For me personally, and Instagram as well. I've never been great at kind of posting things and being active for my followers and all this, and I kind of find it a whole other world that I haven't really grasped fully. But
it's existing very short, eh? This
exactly.
time of probably in 10 years, it was just like an exercise for what's next.
Exactly.
But I think it evolves, because I think Instagram, it has value. It kind of allows you to create, I kind of use the word brand in its broader sense, but it allows people to get a sense of what you're about.
Yeah, definitely.
A sense of your aesthetics. And then and also it allows you to communicate to people in a way that's unfiltered.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of people, the followers, who are like really going to just imitate anything they see. Yeah, so it's also killing.
Well, I think there's different types of people. There's people who have products, right? And then there's people who are just kind of like, it's kind of predictable and boring, if you will. And then you have people who really do stuff that is unusual. Every single post is different.
Yeah. A lot of artists, just post what their interests are. You know, they walk down the street and post a little sort of photo of the curb or something quite quirky and different. And it's quite nice to have that. I mean, I agree with both of you on that, to be honest, because Instagram worries me a lot, but at the same time, you know, some people just like drawing in their house, and for once they would have an opportunity to show their work to all over the world. And, you know, they might be shyer people who don't like going to parties and don't like meeting people and stuff, but at least they have an opportunity to get their work seen.
Yeah, and they suddenly dance. They never dance, and now they're going to dance.
Exactly. TikTok.
and the beautiful thing is that what people are really interested in is not really art. It's the artists. So very often you'll go to an installation because you're not necessarily passionate about the installation, but you're really curious about what this particular artist has put together, right? And the beautiful thing about Instagram is that it allows you a way to let people behind the scenes very easily. Mm-hmm. You can show yourself setting up a particular show, or you can show the creative process, or you can show the early version and see how people respond to that. You can test ideas.
It is a skill in itself as well, actually, but it's just you have to be active on your phone, and you have to constantly be, you know, ready to present it, and sometimes can take away from the authenticity of life, maybe.
Yeah, there are people who go on holiday and they make so many pictures that when they come home and they look at the picture, they are like, oh, was I there? Was I there? They don't even.
What was that?
No, you need to figure out a way not to lose.
No, you see also those people who are like very grumpy, like this, with the family, but then this photo moment comes like this, and then they're having each other like. They have the moment of touching. I always hope like, okay, I hope the camera don't work, so they keep longer like this. Sometimes I do. I pretend I'm making a picture. I'm not going to make the picture. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can see a little closer there. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we have to tickle the people, the artist.
Yeah, I do like the accessibility of Instagram's live streams, though. That is a really good thing, and you know, anyone can use it. My nephew's making this isn't to do with Instagram, but he's making stop motion animations on his iPad. Yeah, so there's so many ways that these technologies that really help.
Yeah, and because when you're home, what can you do else? Also,
yeah, exactly.
This is the way.
And I mean, half of my work is technology based. So you know, without a computer, a lot of my work wouldn't have been created and realized the way it has.
Yeah. No logic for me too.
And even if you put aside Instagram or Facebook or Bramble or whatever, but the point is that there's all of these online platforms that are evolving. And like you said, we don't know what's going to be there in 2 years, 3 years time, but a lot of these things may provide different types of opportunities.
Yeah, and Instagram and Facebook also, like they were first babies, then small kids, and now they're growing up.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, no, totally.
Exactly. I mean, Facebook really like put his foot down into the whole technology, social media thing, because it started off so small, and now, you know, I've got, you know, my mum's using Facebook, you know, connecting with friends that she hasn't spoken to for years, and as well as you know my nephew, for example. So he reaches this big sort of audience, and
we all get smarter and smarter.
Yeah, I see the children of this generation, and you think, oh, they're gonna, you know, the computers and phones are gonna numb them down, which I guess in some cases it can do, but the amount of information they take in every day, it's
so much more than we did.
So much more than, I mean, I was
and very simple movies, so simple to explain something that even I like. Oh, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, now I understand it. Kid of 6 is like, or 7 is like.
I think they are learning at a faster rate, these children, and I mean, I was in a weird position. I grew up without internet, and then when I was about 12, they started to introduce computers into the schooling systems and into people's homes, and so I look at people that always had phones and see their experience is a completely different thing than I had, because I had those 12 years of just running around, whereas the children I see today are completely not completely, but a lot more using their apps and
and they get school lessons on the computer, and the fingers go very fast already over that screen.
But I mean, I'm judging from the children that I've worked with in schools and my nephews, I think they are getting smarter. I think we are evolving positively.
That's very cool.
I think.
Because if you're very smart, you know also that you just want to do good in the end.
Well, I think that's a very, very, very optimistic and positive note. It's kind of the way that I hope the world will evolve as well. Because, you know, my hope is that technology will be a force to bring people together, right? You know, I mean, you've seen what's happened in the US recently, and that's the opposite of what most people want, right? So yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about art, because art encourages you to reflect on things in a similar way, and club culture is all about that. It brings people together who may have completely different backgrounds, but they synchronize around the music and the lights and the beat and the rhythm.